Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blanks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
On everybody.
We're back to officially put a cap on the summer of Love is Blind. Love is Blind UK, the reunion. Make sure you like and subscribe to here, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We reviewed every episode of Love is Blind UK, Love is Blind Mexico, every season of Love is Blind USA, and everything and anything reality TV. Brian, we were really looking forward to UK. I thought the first week was relatively strong, but I have been consistent in my feeling that this season has just gone downhill. The more and more we go, we were really banking on a spicy reunion. Maybe there could have been some arguments, maybe some people were dating, this or that. And this was a dud, Brian. This was a very boring reunion. This was a reunion where it just seemed like the hosts were happy to be there. They weren't pushing much. The obvious easy target dude at the end, Sam, getting crap because he was going to be the easy target.
Mhm.
But really, no, outside of really one relationship, them seeming that they really like each other, this was just a dud of a season.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And like the one couple that actually did break up is one that we never really even saw. And like like the argument, I mean, that was probably good, but they only talked to them for like 4 or 5 minutes.
I want to hear about the real life part of it. I want to see, again, why do we not get to see? I'd rather see them after they leave and have to try to be in their real lives, film them being separate for a little while, right? That's stuff people want to see.
Yeah.
I the idea that it's like this big drama thing that being on a distance relationship was going to be hard. Yeah, no crap. Like,
Especially because they knew about it. Like we're talking about Sabrina and Steven here.
yeah,
Anybody
obviously.
know
Yeah.
because they weren't really that prevalent in the show. Again, this was filmed a year after filming. So I was like kind of surprised that like there were maybe wasn't more bad blood between like some of the people, but I don't know, man. Like even Demi and Ollie like were like cool, like him talking to somebody else.
Demi was only really mad at Sam because she wanted to hear her apologize. And I again will go
Right.
with this rule. It's a great show in a lot of ways, but you cannot wait a year after a show is
Mhm.
done. There is
Mhm.
going to be no beef anymore. That's why, at least even the Love Island, you think these Love Island people are going to give a crap about each other a month from now, right? That's why that reunion was good. They did it 2 weeks after the finale. They didn't let any
Yeah.
time breathe. That's when you do those type of reunions.
Right.
You this we already knew that the UK people were going to not be as confrontational as a US or a Mexico cast, but everything was just so like, no, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. Oh, and I'm like, what? Why am I more mad than you people?
Yeah. Like I was expecting a little more from probably Freddie and Catherine the most, and they were nice to each other. I was like, come on, man. Like, because they're
I'm
the
more
ones. I
mad at
mean,
people. I'm
Tom and
honestly
Maria,
let down.
Tom and Maria weren't even mad at each other. Like, I mean, she was a little annoyed, which like rightfully so, with the grandmother scene, which we talked about, which was ridiculous. But like other than that, man, I thought she was gonna like lay it. But again, like you said, it's been a year. They probably had like the hash it out like 11 months ago. So it's just kind of crazy that like
There's
just
also what you need to realize, and I think that doesn't come up when you wait for this long for these reunions, is that these people may be even dating someone, right?
right,
And they don't want to be seen to their
right.
partners when this comes out that they're
Exactly.
super
That's
mad at these.
that's a great point.
Their real lives become a thing again. They're back in their jobs. If you do this, we listen, we joke about Jeff Probst and Survivor and things like that, and how we would rather have a little bit different with the reunion and how they do it. But at least it's like you just do it raw and it's there and and it's over with. And it's not a year later when people have moved on with their lives or just spent their time fighting on Twitter.
Right. Right. Yeah. And like that one, like that's a money making decision in the old Survivor one. So like I understand why people the emotions are high. But yeah, it's just like I don't know, man. I don't even have that many notes. Like Ollie's, I guess, talking to Charlotte now, and they didn't even really talk about it at all. They're just like, oh, we're kind of seeing where it's going. Like, come on, man. Like, give us
Benaya Arthur fisting the entire time. He was like this.
wait, Benaya to
Yeah,
Sam.
the whole time, just the whole time towards him. And she's and like pumping him up and thanking him a bunch. And I'm like, this guy must have been so wound up still about
Yeah.
this dude going into this thing. And that's the one guy who I felt like still it's like they went into it where he was very mad how she had handled it at the end of the show. So she was gonna make up for it and like praise him a bunch. And I got the vibe that she was kind of having to. I just had a weird vibe. I didn't like it. Like he needed to be like pumped up by her. Like
Uh, so
type
what,
vibe I
like,
got.
so it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it was 33% because we have Jasmine and Bobby, which they seem like they're fine. The mom
Yeah, they're
likes them
chilling.
now, obviously, because it's just the mom being overprotective, just a little, honestly, probably for the cameras. But I mean, I people were like, she's leaving. I was like, he's not going anywhere, man. He's not going anywhere with that.
Never. We talked about this.
So I mean, I would say even 33, two out of six is not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean that's really not bad. And especially I like it for Benaya and her because at least it's nice to see someone who had been married before and have this come through
Right.
and work.
It,
It's
it would
cool.
have been really crappy if like it didn't work out and she had to
Double
get
divorce, yeah, that
yeah, that
sucks.
that would stink. So good for them. Like, yeah, you don't want that to happen to anybody. That would suck. But yeah, I mean,
Overall, look, just not my favorite season. It's really down pretty low in the rankings for me, unfortunately, though.
guess there's not enough, like you said, like drama. Like USA really brings the drama, I guess, but they really didn't put them. USA puts them in situations like with the like they had their little like parties with people, but like I felt like in USA they really like pushed people who had a connection to be around each other more often than they
This
probably should.
show could include a few more couples and could go for like 5, 6 weeks, frankly. There's no reason why it can't be a 3 episode a week for
Yeah,
5 weeks or, spread it out, right? I think it could work and I think it allows us to have more of a connection too. So
yeah, and it is the first season, so I mean, the first seasons are always kind of like, except for Mexico. Mexico's kind of nuts, but they have their whatever.
they're
Is
a
it
little bit
telenovelas?
subdued and a little bit more pure.
Is it telenovelas they have over there? Is that the show they have that are kind of dramatic?
Yeah, it's like a telenovela, yeah.
Yeah. So I can
Soap
understand
opera, yeah.
maybe in like 2 or 3 seasons, UK might get start getting a little messy.
Yeah, maybe the
Might
next
take a little
season that
bit.
they cast because now they know people in UK, like the influencer type people, started
Yeah.
getting involved.
Yeah, because USA I thought was like pretty pure the first season, and then it kind of moved.
Then
Started.
it became what it
I think it
is.
was literally after the altar because that's when like the dude was talking to the chick from Too Hot to Handle, and then it just kind of like went off the rails after that. Francesca. So
So,
yeah, so
so go back, everyone. Like I said, check out our playlist. We covered every episode this season, every episode of Mexico, every episode of USA. Check out all the shows that we have coming up this fall, from anything from Survivor to House of Villains. We're going to continue on and finish off Claim to Fame, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Alone, the Golden Bachelorette, the regular Bachelorette will finish up next week. We'll have a review out of Fantasy Suites and the Men Tell All special this week as well. Some previews of seasons coming up. So the next few weeks, real busy. Check out, make sure you hit the notification bell, and you'll just see when our videos pop up. But until next time, for myself and Brian, thank you so much for watching. Peace.